What you see here is a Casablanca Panama. 5 blades, 50 inches, Peach Navajo finish. Peach Navajo was one of 3 textured Navajo finishes introduced by Casablanca in 1989, along with textured Verde, and it lasted about 4 years until 1993 or so, around the time that many other more exotic finishes the company offered were being discontinued. There was White Navajo, Peach Navajo, and Pastel Navajo. Each of them had a Navajo textured finish, but with a slightly different speckled color. And while it was a bit excessive for Casablanca to essentially have 3 different versions of the same finish, it is still pretty cool, and each one does offer something slightly unique. While Pastel Navajo is my personal favorite, Peach Navajo is certainly not half bad looking either. As you can see, the speckles have sort of a peach color to them. Pinky, orangish, just like a peach. This fan is from March of 1990, as seen there. The fan is in somewhat rough condition. The vent screening is crumbling quite a bit, especially up on top. And some of the hardware is a little bit rusty. The fan, however, is complete, including the hang true, which is right here. A little bit of a rust spot there, but otherwise the hang true's in pretty good shape. Crossbar also has some rust on it, but it's still perfectly usable. This fan was an estate sale find back in October. A house local to me had a Facebook Marketplace listing saying, like, you know, estate sale, liquidating the furniture, everything must go, that sort of thing. So I went over to check it out, not expecting to come out with any ceiling fans. I was expecting maybe to get some cutlery, maybe some Lionel Train stuff, you know, more small items that maybe the average person would be more inclined to collect. So I was looking around the house, and in the back of the house, there was a greenhouse type room off to the side from a screened-in porch. So I was in this screened-in porch looking at some items, and then I see the greenhouse off to the side, and I think, oh, there's a Casablanca in there. And from that distance, I thought it was like, oh, it's either a Snow White Panama or a Delta II. You know, nothing special, but I could at least have a look at it. So I go inside the house and go down to the lower level to get to the greenhouse. And I walk out into the greenhouse, and immediately I knew this was something different. I realized, wait, that's not Snow White, that's a Navajo finish. And then I get even closer and realize, and that doesn't look like White Navajo, and it certainly isn't Pastel Navajo. And then I zoom in on the tag, and sure enough, CB1225T, and I knew I had found a Peach Navajo. Now, the reason I am telling you this story is because Peach Navajo is easily the rarest of the 3 Navajos. White Navajo is semi-uncommon, Pastel Navajo is pretty rare, Peach Navajo is insanely rare. This is only the 2nd or 3rd Peach Navajo Panama to surface at all, to my knowledge. And there's maybe only 1 Peach Navajo Delta II, if any. So I was very excited to have found this. And thankfully, the people running the estate sale allowed me to disassemble the fan, take it off the ceiling, and buy it. Since it was in the greenhouse, as I said, some of the hardware was rusted and the blades were absolutely destroyed. They needed to be replaced. So I got the fan for only $10. Pretty good deal. And I put this nice set of weathered pine, I want to say, on here. I think it matches with the Peach Navajo aesthetic pretty nicely. So overall, very happy to have this fan. I think it looks really nice. I do still need to replace particularly the motor housing screws with some other ones that don't have as many rust stains on them. And I also want to redo the vent screening, but in due good time, those things will certainly happen. Anyways, let me scoot past the camera here and turn the fan on, starting with speed number 1. Also, if my speech sounds a little bit off in this video as well as subsequent videos, that is because I currently have Invisalign on my teeth, which makes it slightly harder for me to pronounce certain letters such as S and T. So that is the reason why that is the case, if anybody noticed that. And despite this thing definitely being exposed to some harsher elements, the bearings in the motor are pretty good. Not impeccable, but pretty good considering the condition the rest of the fan was in. Not to say the rest of the fan was in bad condition, but it was essentially installed on a screened-in porch, so... All right. Take it up to speed 2. Speed 3. And yes, as I said before, was certainly not expecting to come out of that estate sale with a fan as rare as this. It was quite the surprise when I stumbled upon it. And of course, the first thought was, oh great, like what if they say, no, we're not selling the fans installed, then what am I going to do about that? Just, I guess, walk away with the knowledge that this house near me has this super rare Casablanca installed and hope I can get it at a future date, but thankfully it didn't go like that. Bearings are making a little bit of noise, but not much. Speed 4. Speed 5. Speed 6. Fan runs really well. It's well balanced. Bearings don't make any noise, or very much at least. And even though those blades are newer, I believe they're from the late 90s or early 2000s, I think they match the look of that fan very nicely. Also, I'm not 100% sure if the finish name there is, I don't think they're weathered pine. I think they might be some sort of maple, maybe? Not really sure. If anyone knows, let me know in the comments what the official finish name is for these blades. Tis a beaut. Great air mover too, as to be expected. And there you have it, a Casablanca Panama in the very rare Peach Navajo finish. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed.